Welcome viewers, this is Winch here. What better way to wrap up Battlefield 3 in the journey I've experienced than starting off with a double knife fail. Epic teabag, I'm sorry, I just couldn't resist myself there, but I want to throw this clip in. Everything else will be in sequence, but this is highlights from Caspian Border. You know, just a classic Battlefield 3 map. Running with my classic setup, the M60, although I've got some varying loadouts here on it. That being a magnifying zoom scope here and a bipod, so little flavor in the setup here for me, but I had to revisit the roots and say goodbye to the old M60, aka Deep Throat, if you know her as long as I have. Racked up thousands of kills with this gun. Pulling off the long-range shots here, utilizing the bipod and the zoom magnification scope. You really have to take into account the bullet velocity on this weapon at these ranges. I mean, the thing just has abysmal bullet velocity. And then right here, classic moment. Just drop the whole little squad over here that's securing position Bravo. You can see the airstrike going off there in the distance. Look at the puff cloud of smoke here from the muzzle flash here of my weapon, kicking off the rocks there. Got guys storming the beach here, so to say, storming the hill coming after me. Take the combat efficiency ribbon. I mean, Battlefield 3, we will miss you. I will miss you. And this gameplay is pretty much highlights of this game. What I've experienced is summarizing my feelings with it, because it's been so good on my channel, Battlefield 3 has. I thank you guys for all your support. It's been a great journey. And this will be my final video I post with this game. And it's been 2 years in the making here. It's time to move on to the beta. It's time to move on to Battlefield 4, that is. Battlefield 4 beta being released here momentarily. Obviously here, you're watching PC gameplay, which for those of you who've been following the last few videos I have, pretty much been running PCs solely lately. Now they got this new desktop rig. Been a lot of fun. I'm sorry I didn't get on board with it early, unfortunately, but better late than never. I'm prepared. This is one of the things I pride my channel on, is that I will be able to play multiple platforms. I'm not one of these guys that's just sticking to PC or sticking to console. Not trying to brag, but I think I'm decent on PC. I'm not as good on PC as I am on console, and I'm pretty good on console. So I feel like I'm pretty balanced in my gameplay. I'm looking forward to providing multiple platforms of support, and I'm not one of these token guys that can just, you know, pop in a console game every now and then and kind of play on it, fumble my way through it. I think I'll hold my own pretty good on just about anything. But the reason I finally unlocked this weapon on PC, the M60, playing support, so it's just one of these. If there's anything I can give you guys going forward, I'm going to go into some tips here too, as I normally do with the gameplay. And again, I'm just showing highlights here in this match as I'm battling on various positions in the map. But if there's anything I can stress when we move on into Battlefield 4, and take note of how many vehicles I take out too throughout this gameplay. But if there's anything I can stress, just focus on what works for you guys. Don't get wrapped around the axle whenever you see these stats come out, or if you see people that are just running just the same gun and it works for them. It may not necessarily work for you. I'm one of these guys that the M16 just didn't jive with me. But you see all these godlike players run around with M16s, and they can just do work with them. And it's one of the most popular guns in the game. But for me personally, it just never worked. The M60 was that gun for me. It's a gun that I picked up. It's ugly as sin, I'll admit, but the way the weapon feels, the way you handle the recoil, just do you get kills with it? That's what you need to find moving into the next game that you play, Battlefield 4. And it's exciting to me to see the varying weapons that we have coming to Battlefield 4. A lot of changes. I mean, the M16, for example, is not coming, from what I understand. I mean, there's a variant of the M16, and I don't know what happened right there. Was the guy chasing me when I put that C4 down? That was just coincidence and luck. You know, every now and then you get lucky, and I'll take it when I can get it. But the M16 may or may not be making an appearance. I'm not getting all wrapped up, as you guys seen in my footage I've released about Battlefield 4. Until I start playing the game, I'm not doing a whole lot of extensive in-depth coverage of all the perks and all the loadouts, and you know, I'm just gonna get in the game and take it for what it is, and try to learn and make and summarize my own take on the feel of the game, the feel of the weapons, what works for me, and then I'm going to share that with you. And also disappointing news after a report here. Look at these range shots again. I mean, this loadout is just working on this level. Disappointing news for me is my work schedule next month, of course, would have to coincide with Battlefield 4 release. And there's always something, isn't there, guys? You know, whether it's work, family, something, but there's always something that's interfering with your gaming schedule. Oh, look at this. I mean, don't you just love modes like that? C4, you just can't hide in buildings. You can hide in a building, think you're safe, and next thing you know, C4 is taking out the whole building. Destructibility, let's see you do that in Call of Duty, right? Oh, and by the way, have you guys pre-ordered your prestige copy of Call of Duty Ghosts? It's only $200. I mean, just make sure you get that prestige copy of Call of Duty Ghosts. I mean, golly, could Call of Duty really extort? If they extorted any more money out of you, it would be illegal. I swear. I mean, this company will not stoop to any new low. Infinity Ward at its finest here. I mean, they did it with Modern Warfare 3, and I'll admit I fell for the bait. Buy my little, where the hell is it? I'm looking behind me here. It's still on the shelf here to remind me of the scorn I still feel for Call of Duty. Anyway, the Modern Warfare 3 Prestige Edition, where the hell it was, $100. You know, I got my fancy little booklet in there, and yeah, I mean, just raped. Anyway, please tell me there's nobody foolish enough to keep falling for that, but I'm sure there are. But I'm seeing more and more guys. I even saw 402 Thunder coming out the other day, playing Battlefield 3. I couldn't believe my eyes. He's a big Call of Duty guy. It was a lot of fun watching him play Battlefield 3, and he regrets not getting on board with it sooner, but even he's tired of Call of Duty. Now right here, did you see that guy run away? Why pursue the guy? I don't know where he's going. He's got a better gun than me in close quarters combat. Pull back and let them make a mistake. And sure enough, this guy gets over aggressive. He comes looking for me because he's like, wait a minute, you're not chasing me? Well, let me go find this guy. No, lo and behold, the guy, just by luck, jumps right on top of my head right there. I'm trying to pull off the knife, but I couldn't chase him down in time. I almost got a little foolish there. I've cautioned you strongly on using the knife kill. It's a trollish move, but you got to be careful with it. But I lucked out there. Again, another tank kill. I destroy 8 tanks in this gameplay. And this moves on into the topic of the gameplay I'm talking about. Battlefield 4 is trying to cater to the Call of Duty guys and all people out there. If you want to be a team player, Battlefield 4 is your game. If you want to be a lone wolf player, Battlefield 4 is your game. That's what they're trying to sell in their marketing campaign. I don't know if you've seen some of the trailers. And that actually sells to me, because I don't know if you guys noticed, particularly on PC, but that's because I haven't been on it very long. But I'm a lone wolf. I game on PC, public lobbies myself, by myself, without friends, without communication. It's kind of a lonely experience out there, but you know what? It's kind of nice too. A lot of times I've played real competitive teams and clans and on console, and you're constantly talking to people, and it's really distracting when you're trying to engage with all that, and it's kind of nice. And again, right here, pulling back, I know when I'm outgunned, I throw out C4, I capitalize on enemies' predictability and their ability to pursue after you. So that's what I used C4 as a tool at my disposal to capitalize on their predictability and use it to my advantage in close quarters combat, because you got to know the limits to your weapon. The M60 is terrible in close quarters combat. C4 on the other hand, oh, it's a great bait and switch tactic every time. Lots of dynamics going on top of that. I love battling on top of that position Charlie. It's just so much fun. Right here I saw a bunch of guys coming down position Charlie, so I'm trying to pull back and try to get this bipod set up, but I couldn't get it in time, so I just have to pull the trigger. Using suppressive fire, I get this guy, but there's just so much going on. Tank takes me out. I didn't see that one coming. So the lone wolf strategy here, I really enjoy playing on by myself a lot of times, because it's just low-key, low stress. You can focus on what you want to do, and you follow your own orders, so to say. It's kind of frustrating when you talk with a team and you're just not working well together. So you got to know the players you're working with. Got to develop a plan. You always need to have a master plan. So my plan on Caspian border here is position Charlie. It's the keystone position. I've got access with this gun, as you can see, at this range. 360 degrees of fire. I can fire in position Bravo, position Delta is what I'm looking at right now. I mean, look at the range I'm shooting at these guys on, and I'm dropping these guys. Again, the physics engine in Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4 is much more complicated than what we see in other games. So you have to count for bullet drop, you have to count for bullet velocity, you have to take into account if you have suppressor on your weapon. All these factors are integral to your success. Right here, I got a sniper. Sniper's caution. Your scope is such a giveaway. I don't care if you got a sniper rifle. If you're going toe-to-toe with the guy with the bipod, you're not going to win. But I see this day in and day out. Don't peek corners when people have a beat on you. But I know people play like this. They never stop playing like this. And I drop them 9 times out of 10 when they're predictable like that. And again, long-range shot. I just outshot a sniper. But again, know your scope. Wow, look at that explosion right there. I mean, just a jet just blew up right into that rock. I mean, I'll have to admit that the graphics on PC, I am starting to really notice a difference. The particle effects in particular is just huge. When you see just the rockets coming from helicopters, explosions, the airstrikes, it all looks pretty darn good. I'm gonna have to say, I really am enjoying that over console quite a bit. But again, next gen console, my last video I was discussing that bang for your buck. I am still insisting you are getting genuine 1080p and 60 frames a second with next gen console, and that being the PlayStation 4. I know a lot of you guys are calling BS on that, but mark my words, I'm willing to eat them. I'm willing to admit when I'm wrong, but mark my words, I'm confident we are going to see that level of performance with next gen console. Obviously, with the PC, you're gonna be spending more money than you would on next gen console to get that same level of performance. But I am enjoying playing on PC. It's a whole different dynamic compared to console. But moving forward, Battlefield 4 is just going to be a blast. Again, I'm a little disappointed. Why is the M60 not reappearing in that? I don't see the M27. I don't see the L86, if I recall correctly. I mean, those are some pretty good support class weapons. I mean, the M16A3 isn't coming. Obviously, DICE has a tendency when they release packs, DLC packs, to incorporate those weapons. Now, right here, I have a decision to make. I've got 33% health. I just took bullets in my back. What are you guys going to do here? If you peek the corner, you're dead. So throw out C4, take him out. And I would have gotten this guy, too, had I not hit the wrong button on my controller, and I kind of mashed 2 buttons at the same time. And anyway, I shot myself in the foot there. Here again with the audio, I heard this tank coming. I mean, audio is always a cue to use. Footsteps, tanks, that's what it's there for. It's going to be amplified even more in Battlefield 4. But again, that's number 8 tank I just took out. So the Lone Wolf, I got MVP in this match. Unfortunately, I didn't win this match. I hate to leave or end on a bad note, but you know what? It's the losses that make you appreciate the wins. Regardless if you win or lose, it's about playing the game, playing your class. I mean, that's what I did to the best of my ability. I formulated a master strategy trying to maintain a certain position Charlie, then going up and picking up the perimeter positions, trying to watch spawns. I mean, doing whatever you can to win. It's about having fun. And bottom line is Battlefield 3 has been a triumphant accomplishment. I've learned so much with this game. I'm hoping that Battlefield 4 will continue the momentum I've developed from Battlefield 3. I look forward to providing you guys loadouts, reviews, strategies, tips. I'll be covering the beta as much as I can given my schedule next month. It's going to be tight. But I look forward to playing with you guys both on PC, next-gen console. Shoot me a message. And thank you again for all your support here. I don't know how I just took that guy out with a mine. I guess he walked over a mine. I hit it with a grenade. Again, only in Battlefield 3. There's just so much going on if you take a moment to realize really everything that this game produces. It's just wonderful. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you on Battlefield 4.